As 2024 comes to a close, I have to sit here, microphone in front of face, as I should be doing more often, honestly, and just kind of think to myself, my god, what a fucking turbulent year for me. Like, genuinely, this year for me, I don't know about you guys, but this year for me has been at both ends of the fucking spectrum. I'm not just saying that because I'm a fucking autismo or whatever. I like this year. This year for me has had some of the best things happen to me. Some of the like coolest, like most fun things that I'll remember forever and appreciate for years and years to come. And also this year has had like kind of the worst things happen and just outright also kind of make it a contender for like a really bad year at the same time. So it's not so much a thing that the good stuff is offsetting the bad. It's more because of the like different mix of the two, because of the things that happened. This has been such a weird year for me. So in terms of the good, let's talk good for me in 2024. I have done what I think is probably some of, if not my best, editing work so far. In the work I've done for some clients, I feel like I've grown as a creative. I've grown as an editor. I feel that I have genuinely done stuff that I can like be really proud of, like unasterisk proud of, which is kind of rare for me. I've also done some really fun things over the course of just trying to get things together, trying to get things like trying to get a handle on certain things. And I've met some really cool and fun people. I've made some new friends. I've made stronger ties to friends I already had. I've spent more time with the people that I love. And I managed to basically make this, you know, a pretty good year in terms of drama. In that I didn't really have any with anyone that I can recall. You know, there was like little things here and there, but like there wasn't any like big falling out. There wasn't any like, you know, having to reevaluate needing whether or not I spend time with certain people or anything. As far as I can recall anyway. Bear in mind, me trying to do a kind of a year recap with the memory I have, things are gonna like fall through the cracks. Except the cracks are like, let's say just a giant hole, and with like a sieve through it, so that I can recall the big memorable things, and you know, forget. I'll end up forgetting all the little things here and there. In terms of Christmas, anyway, I had a good time. I got some stuff that I wanted. I have a new audio interface, so hopefully this recording will sound pretty decent. It's even got a reverb button, and the reverb was kind of shitty, but yeah, I had a good Christmas. I spent time with some family. I had some good food. I got to relax for a little while, just take, you know, sort of eyes off screens for a little bit, and all that good stuff. New Year's is happening pretty much tonight. I'm gonna hang out with some friends and get drunk for sure. Probably. I don't know if I'll order a pizza or if I'll just get one when I need to go to the shop to get some milk. But either way, I'm gonna have a good time tonight. So in terms of the good, yeah, some real damn good things happened to me this year. The biggest things for me, honestly, would be going to London, meeting up with Foxcade and Eyepatch Wolf, Thug and Leon Massey, having a good time out on the Saturday. Was it Saturday? Was it the Friday? I think it was just the Saturday, and then the day after, going with Fox and Eyepatch to All In London, and that was my first ever wrestling show. And as much as the seats were kind of not great, like they weren't awful or anything. It was just more a case of like, you know, we could see the ring, but not like any like the sort of camera stuff that they wanted to see. Like if we wanted to do that, we literally had to turn our heads 180 degrees to the big screen behind us. So that wasn't great. And generally, that was an amazing time that I had, and I would love to do it again. I'd love to go to more wrestling shows. It's just not like a whole lot of going on around my area or near it, so that makes that very feasible. But I had a really, really good time in that. And it was definitely one of those things that kind of like bolstered my sort of like relatively newfound appreciation of wrestling. So that was a really good time. Also, there was the Royal Blood concert that Volk basically paid for, because he literally messaged me one random day, hey, what are you doing Wednesday? I was like, no, are you in London? I was like, no, it's not bad for me to get into. Why? And then fucking PayPal's me like 250 quid. It's like, go buy tickets to the Royal Blood gig. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? So that was an amazing gig. And I got a shirt, which unfortunately some of the decals, some of the print on the shirt is like kind of starting to wane. Like I bought the shirt with this kind of gold coloring, and the gold has kind of turned a bit sort of greenish, I guess, because obviously it's not real gold, you know, it's just something to print on a t-shirt. But either way, I'll still keep that shirt. I'll probably just wear it around the house. Probably won't wear it out. But I did get that, and that was a good time. And then there was the bad. So in terms of bad for this year, I think the kind of I'm not gonna like go out into like a big whole sort of like, you know, spiel of every little bad thing that's happened, especially because, well, I probably can't remember them. But I think the main bad things I will talk about, the main ones being, this is probably the most broke I have ever been. Like, I'm trying to get more clients, more editing clients. I'm trying to figure out ways of me sort of earning more money and all these little things, and obviously that becomes incredibly stressful because money is stressful. You know, I'd love to be able to sit here and say money's just money, it comes and goes, but like, you know, when you're this broke, you feel it. And it's not even a case of like me not getting things I want or not getting to do things I want. Obviously, like, that's a little part of it, but like it's honestly the biggest priority to me is making sure, you know, rent's paid, food's on the table, that kind of stuff. So that's the biggest stress. And of course, I just had to have money problems right when I needed to get dental stuff done. And oh my fuck, the amount I've been fucked around with this dental shit. Like, when I say it's the most angry I've been in public ever, I fucking mean that. And this comes from someone who like fucking had a like outburst at school whilst I was being bullied, and like I was fucking loud and angry and upset then, and like I probably wasn't as upset and angry and loud as I was then with this dentist stuff, but I felt like I was coming close. TLDR, if you haven't been keeping up with the Discord, and if you haven't, who the hell are you watching this? Basically, I need a root canal treatment done on one tooth. It's in a certain position where I would like it treated rather than removed. NHS will recover removal of the tooth, but not saving the tooth, basically. And it's in such a position where if I'm smiling while it's showing teeth, granted, it's not at like the front of the teeth, but it's to the, you know, it's off to the side. But if I'm smiling with my lips open, there would definitely be a noticeable gap. So I would rather save it. So I need to get it fixed. I find my nearest dentist, because basically this came about because I was in such like horrific pain. I find it. I go see them. They're like, okay, well, you haven't registered with us or anything, so the emergency appointment. It's 90. What was it, like £95? It's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then eventually I get the money to get the actual op that I need to save it. They told me initially 450 quid, and then I get it, and then I only get it thanks to the fucking fine people. I only get like the last half I had left to get, thanks to the amazing people who supported the Ko-Fi. Thank you very much for that. You like wonderful, wonderful people. That is amazing, and I don't deserve you. And then I get it, and then I go to get the op after they've already taken a £100 deposit, and they tell me the price has gone up to almost double, 895 quid. When I say I saw red, I literally mean I thought I burst like a vein. I thought something broke in my like fucking vision in my head something. I mean, I saw red. Like, I was fucking absolutely, like, fuming. I was ready to put my fucking foot through the fucking reception desk, I felt like. And it was like taking a lot from a fucking idiotic autismo like me not to scream the fucking building down and like shout and swear at the receptionist, because obviously it's not, you know, the receptionist only like facilitates and like imparts the details, you know, they don't really get to decide anything, so it's not like their fault. But oh my fuck, I don't think I've ever been angrier. Genuinely, I'm getting kind of boiled and all that sort of stuff. I'm getting kind of like blood boiled and that, even just fucking recounting it. Because yeah, that was severely upsetting. So now, because they wanted to upcharge me and I basically told them to go fuck themselves and give me my money back, and they were like, no, because you cancelled, we're taking 50 quid off that £100 deposit. So, fun. I now need to find another dentist, which is not fun. So, I'm going to be doing that at the beginning part of January. So, I'm hoping that that's going to be the least bad bit about dentist stuff for me in 2025, because I would like to look forward to 2025. I would like to be able to say that I can, you know, be a even happier, even more positive sort of influence and all that sort of stuff on other people, on my friends and that in 2025. I would like to say that I can go into 2025 saying at least it can only get better. But if I find the dentists and they try to pull the same shit, like, I think it genuinely might be cheaper for me to go fly back to Ireland to get the fucking op done. Ugh. So, yeah, I'm trying to think now. So, in terms of what I want to happen in 2025, I've got, like, you know, lots of little here things I would like to achieve, things I would like to do and all that sort of stuff. And there are the kind of usual things of, like, I would like to improve my diet. I would like to improve my exercise regimen from basically nothing to stuff that will actually help me and my health. Get rid of this bloody beer keg on my stomach. But, you know, I think the big kind of main goals for me are that I kind of feel like not that I would like to achieve, but I need to achieve, would have to be get the rebrand done, like, no earlier than August. That would be the ultimate, you know, sort of like that, and that's like fucking far like goals. Obviously I would like to get it done as soon as possible. I would like to have already been done, but beggars can't be choosers. So that's kind of like one of the big goals, is the rebrand happens this year, and I actually put out more of my own stuff that's not just this. And I do also, another big goal is to do this more sort of on the regular. It's kind of hard to find talking points for these videos when nobody really asks me to talk about anything, I'll be honest. I did just watch this Rhino Stew video where he had on Kaiser Neko, the guy who edited all of Team 4 Star's Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and has like a lot of writing and editing, like main sway over the Team 4 Star stuff. And he put out a thing to me of like, it's hard to maintain passion for this kind of thing when nobody's engaging with it. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. And yeah, I kind of feel that even in this, like, I don't want this to be like, you know, the sort of like the job, the people that come, the thing that people come to me for like videos, for like, you know, for any kind of like video art or anything like that. But at the same time, yeah, it would be easier if people were asking me things to talk about. And that's not me trying to be like passive aggressive snide and be like, oh, nobody asks me to talk about anything for this dumb little show where I show bad gameplay of me being inspired by Jake Slap's thing, who was himself inspired by other people who do the same thing and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like, obviously it would be helpful if people were asking me things, but I should probably try and get used to me just riffing and just talking about things and just, you know, spieling, as the playlist is, the spiels, without, you know, people sort of like asking me to talk about certain things or say certain things or whatever, because then I'll be better at it for when people actually do have things to ask me for this sort of stuff. So I should probably keep that in mind. Another goal that I think I should probably have for 2025 is put out my own videos, like my own stuff. Because, yeah, as much as I need to constantly prioritize the paid editing gigs, I really should get back to putting out my own stuff. Because, like, even though it was all terrible, even though I look back at it on either the unlisted uploads or you know, the playlist or whatever that people can still have access to, it, like, even though I obviously cringe at my own stuff, like, I can at least point to those moments and be like, I probably was a bit happier when I was doing these, even if they were terrible, even if I didn't really know what I was doing, I was probably a bit happier. So I do want to get back to that, and I'm gonna try and not do the thing that stopped me from putting out those kinds of videos in the past, where, you know, I'm gonna stop trying to perfectionist it. I'm gonna stop trying to be like, oh, this is the Magnus, this will be the one that does well, because knowing my luck, it absolutely will not be the one that does well. So as much as I'm not going to just slap some crap together, as much as I don't want it to be slapdash, as much as I want it to be like, you know, no care into it, I need to take, I guess, not less care, that's kind of the bad way of saying it, but like, I need to make it not weigh so much in my head whenever I try to get around doing things for them, because then they just don't happen. So that's definitely one thing I need to try and keep in mind for 2025, is to just do it, to stop worrying about it, and just get it on, because I know I'll be happy doing it, even if it breaks me in some regards. I know I'll be happier for it. So I know I need to get on with it, really, and just do it. I gotta find, like, other friends of mine who are, like, trying to do creative things, who also want, you know, to have someone there to sort of, like, push them into doing it, or to, like, check in, to, like, you know, to help get things done. Maybe not necessarily, you know, like, giving a direct hand, but maybe more just being like, did you do the thing you're going to do? And then I say no, and they say, just fucking go do it now, or something. I don't know, something like that. And I think another goal for 2025, I'm not trying to, like, you know, do loads of goals to, like, kind of set myself up for failure and be like, oh, well, what surprise, you set all these goals, there was too many or anything. It's more just like, there are things that I should really have gotten done this year that I just haven't, and this is gonna, 2025 has to be the year where I get done. It's not me saying this is gonna be the, no, this has to be it, because if I don't, I fear it may never get done. So that's one aspect to it that I'm definitely going to try, quote unquote, solve. Another thing is, like, just for, like, more, you know, sort of casual, sort of free sort of things, is to just play a more variety of games. I did get that Steam thing where it said, oh, here's, you know, sort of what you've played the most this year. Obviously, shocker, like, a large chunk of it was Destiny 2. Though, to be fair, I haven't played that game in months and months, it feels like. And I uninstalled it a while back, although, knowing me, I'll probably end up reinstalling it. Not to really get back into playing it, probably just to get footage, because I know I want to make a video on it. It's, you know, a main channel video at some point. Then again, I may not need to with all the footage I've collected, put into 7-zip folders and put onto external hard drives, etc. But definitely playing a bigger variety of games will definitely help me, I think, get better perspectives on things. Obviously, there are things that games I've had for donkey's years that I haven't even gotten around to. So I'll definitely need to try a lot of them. And I need to sort of get into the habit of just being like, it's okay if a game I bought, I end up not liking it. It's more than okay, because, like, I don't know, I feel like there's sometimes that little regret side of me of, like, you know, me wanting to try and get my money's worth, that I play a game, I kind of, like, try to exhaust a game as much as I can, which can be harder for the bigger games. Like, I need to get back to Baldur's Gate 3, hell, I need to get back to The Witcher 3, like, I have not even beaten The Witcher 3, and I still made that shitty review video as my first video. And I need to just try and figure out a way for me to get through the bigger games, but also just be okay with just not, because I'm not entirely enjoying it. I don't remember there being a time where I didn't enjoy playing Witcher 3. It was just, with Witcher 3 and Baldur's Gate 3, the outside perspective for me is that there's so much content in those games that it's intimidating to get through. So I just end up not, you know? And I'm definitely going to have to try things where, sure, for shorter games or even just like kind of in between kind of length, where if I'm not enjoying myself entirely, then I just need to just say, yeah, do I have any thoughts that I would like to kind of express publicly about this? Yes. What form does that take? Is it basically a fucking tweet? Or I guess, nowadays, wait, what do they call the tweet equivalent of a Blue Sky post? Or whatever. It's a make a Blue Sky post. Or do I want to make this into a video? In which case, I need to kind of stick with it a bit more and record it. Which, depending on the game, well, yeah, it will entirely determine as to whether or not there's like an extra video sort of like waiting in the wings or something. So, definitely something I need to get a grip on with that in terms of just enjoying myself. Also, just, hell, play more games with my friends. Like, I've got, like, certain games that I will just, I know I kind of, like, most of the time would rather just play on my own rather than playing it with playing a different game with friends. So, there's definitely, like, and there's definitely times I've regretted that because I love spending time with people. It's just, you know, sometimes, depending on what's happened in that day, I need to not shut myself off, but definitely take a step back, kind of let myself be in my own little world and just play through a game, whether it's got a story, whether it doesn't, whatever. Whether I've played it a million times before, where it's new, it doesn't matter. I need to kind of like put myself in that space to enjoy it. Or at least just enjoy that moment of time. But I feel like I can rely on that too often, and it's resulted in me procrastinating for things I want to do, things I have to do, or just from hanging out with friends, from making those connections stronger, and, you know, me enjoying other people's company. So that's definitely something I need to reconsider, I guess, or somewhat, you know, reevaluate in some regards. But what are your guys' plans for 2025? I know it's looking very doom and gloom from all the things that have happened at the tail end of the year, things that are going to affect this coming year, but let me know what's going on through your guys' head. You can email me at tubesqueeze@pm.me, or you can leave a comment in either on this video, on the Discord, or at my Twitter, or at my Blue Sky. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for the support you've given me this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing and talking to you in 2025. Take care.